Boom. Welcome back to the Good Neighbor Show.
How y'all doing today?
We appreciate everybody for tuning in for every little bit that we have, and we're going to give you everything that you need. I'm Lamont.
I'm Drizzy Dre.
And we are going to give you everything as we proceed
to give you what you need. Holla, holla, holla back on your So what are we talking about today? How you doing today though? First
I'm
thing
good,
first.
fam. I'm good.
Same
I'm
here,
good.
Same here.
I'm 100, man.
I'm almost happy and thrilled that I am done with this damn semester.
Yo, as soon as my brother gets done with this, we're going to attack this full speed. Full speed.
I still got another semester left, but man, this semester I can't wait.
But it's all worth it. It's all worth it.
With the weather and stuff is just a drainer. Yeah, that daylight savings killed me, man.
Bro, it's early. It be so early, but and it start to get dark so early.
No, seriously.
And it does a lot to your body, to everything.
For real, especially, man. I'm telling you, I commend the ones that's like the doctors and the lawyers and all that, and we all going through these semesters right now in these periods in a time.
It's crazy, man.
So shout out to them cats. Shout out to all college students and workers, everybody that provide
just
for
workers in general.
The states, everybody that's doing their thing.
And it kind of sucks because you leave and it's dark, and you going home when it's dark, and it does a lot to your.
It's crazy.
It does a lot
I never think about it. I'm about to get a state university degree. That's crazy. I never thought that was gonna be possible.
And it's gonna be beautiful.
But it's definitely a beautiful thing, man.
And it's gonna be extra magnificent when we take care of it.
For real. I'm excited about that.
And it's beautiful.
Yep.
And it's a good thing because you know what I'm saying? Because not everybody is able to put themselves in a position where they're able to stay focused and stay grounded and have other multiple diagrams of what they do in their everyday life. And it can be difficult depending on your position.
Definitely,
you know, so
a difficult situation.
It definitely
is. I definitely managed though, for sure. But
absolutely.
I mean, but so I know you got a special announcement, or not an announcement, but I know you wanted to talk about something special today.
I just want to talk about something real quick, and this
because I feel the need to talk about this too. So.
Yeah, it definitely is, and what we want to get into. First of all, it's the holiday season. And because it's the holiday season, we want to make sure that everybody still keep your composure on what you do in your everyday life.
Oh.
From the traffic being out there, from you trying to rush and grab things, you have to have patience.
Yes.
And we want you to keep patience because you want to grab gifts, you want to grab this, and this last minute. We just still want everyone to still keep their calm and their composure in things that they do. And depending on the area that you're in, we want you to keep it light because the snow may be coming. Depending on the area that you're in.
Coming.
So when the snow comes, you know, you got a neighbor that's maybe elderly, you want to make sure you take care of them, and you want to make sure that they're taken care of and
helping people with the garbage
cans and shoveling. Depending on your area.
Now that's the perfect time. This is the only time I do like helping people. No.
Let's keep it funky.
This is the only time I do like helping people for free.
That is
when I like
because where we from, we're from the city, right? We're from Buffalo.
Yeah.
And when we got hit last year with that big snowstorm, my neighbors are at least in their 80s and early 80s, late 90s. And you want to make sure that they're taken care of from making sure that if you get hit with something, snowstorm, snow, if you can, shovel their sidewalks, salt them, if you can. That's the thing about being what we call a good neighbor.
Correct.
And being a good neighbor. So what we're going to basically talk about right now, basically, is you are not limited to what your progression is going to be. I've seen somebody posted something to me that had something to do with just because you graduated, now that people are looking at you because you're doing things like Uber, you're doing other side gigs.
Okay.
And your hustle is your hustle no matter what it is. you might have been proud of me because I walked across the stage in high school, and now that I'm looking for a certain gig to help progress that, because not only that small thing that I'm doing, there's a lot of things that come with that.
Oh, I believe it.
So
I'm one of them. I'm doing 8 things in one day. So I hear you.
we're not going to knock people that decide to do other jobs, such as Ubering. What's the other little DoorDash, things of that nature. We don't want to put people out in their hustle. It's a hustle. And if that hustle is going to help me create me to be the best me that I can be, I'm going to do it.
Yep.
You know, just because I'm doing it doesn't mean it's a negative process.
And it's a form of income also. It's a form of income. Certain times, those things are forms of freedom. I typically do Uber, and the hell, I work 70. Well, not no more, but I work close to 60 hours a week now.
Work a long week.
You know, that's by choice, but you know, I'm accustomed to working like that. So you know, but I still need that extra cash.
Yeah, and because I'm driving, that doesn't deteriorate from who I am
as a person.
Yeah, that, you know, or I'm trying to get extra bread.
You know what's crazy? I ran into a friend. I ran into 2 people before driving Uber. One of them, it was probably like 2-3 years ago, and that one was really, really brief. But I just ran into somebody again recently. Shout out to my man Gerard. And when I picked him up in the morning, we was just chopping it up for like the 15 minutes or whatever for the ride, and it pretty much was growth. You seen growth in what we used to do as kids. And, you know, I was telling him how I was in school and stuff like that. And make a long story short, you know, he was going to work at a spot he was at. And the beauty of that is when your mental and your mentality change and you really start to grow, like his decision was to move closer to his work. You know what I mean? Because, sometimes it takes... Just because you graduate don't mean that there's circumstances
that are going to be given to you.
That's going to be given to you. And let me tell you too, a good coworker of mine, which was one of my bosses actually, he made this very clear to me. He said, just because you got a degree or you see a certain person with a certain degree or a certain style or a level of a degree, does not eliminate that person from making dumb decisions and having bad behavior as well.
Absolutely.
So, because he said, remember, and it's kind of funny because I don't go by this thought, but every time I feel like I'm failing, I just always think, C's get degrees. So that was the slogan. He used to say, remember this, C's get degrees. So you don't have to pass all these classes to be getting these degrees with A's and B's.
Right.
He said, C's get degrees. You could have went your whole college and got C's and still passed.
Right.
That does not make you a smart person.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. And
you just found a way of making borderline minimum to get that degree, and you got it. So again, that's just to add to the, you just can't really knock nobody's hustle, man, and you can't knock it based on accolades and achievements. I'm one of those people. A lot of people look up to me for some of the accolades and achievements that I do, but in the back of my head,
I still got a lot of work to do.
I have a lot
of work to do. But guess what? It looks good. But
it does.
Not knowing what it took to get to where you are.
And not to say those things that y'all admire, they are good characteristics and stuff like that. But again, circumstances and things happen. So, you all right? You good? All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Very common.
My apologies.
But certain circumstances and things happen, man. So just because you drive those things don't mean that you're less than. So
Absolutely.
Because I tell you, I'm in a nice little hole, and he could tell you, my plan. After I realized what my situation and stuff was, like when I really realized what my situation was, I told him my plan, and part of my plan is going to come from Uber and driving. That's part of my plan. And when I have a 2-year plan, and 2 years from now, when we come back around to this, we can come back around to this episode also, and then we can see what the result is.
Absolutely. And a lot of things that we do right now, especially for a lot of young people right now are going through a lot of things with wanting to build something, but aren't able to achieve it because of the economy, the situation of the world. There are people that want to buy a house, want to buy a home, but they're not able to do it because of the economy. There are people that want to progress and do things to better themselves. They can't do it because of the economy. And I keep saying economy because money plays a major key and a major role in how you're trying to live your life. So it's not only hard, but at the same time, I don't want to down a lot of those younger people in doing those things, because at the position that they're in right now, the Gen Z millennial area right now, buying and purchasing it and bettering themselves because of the worldwide state of what's going on, it's a little bit harder. You might have a silver spoon in your mouth and things of that nature, but at the same time, for those that really want to get it and go grind out and hustle, it's going to be a little harder. And it's going to be double harder, because what they want to do, they are going to have to not only fight for it, but you have to be involved in what's going on in the world to understand why you can't get it compared to your grandparents, your great-grandparents.
Yep.
You want the house, you want land, you want to have something good for your family, it's going to be a little bit harder. And I'm not going to preach, and I'm not going to mention certain things about what's going on in the world, because you'll understand it as time starts to progress.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to see that yourself and why that happens. And it's going to suck. It's going to make you feel a certain kind of way. But the strength that you are going to basically procure out of yourself to do it is going to make a lot more sense once you do it.
And please note, he's talking to the age range of what?
I basically can say anything from the time frame of once you graduate high school. So we're going 18. We're going 18, 19.
I want to go back more further than that. I want to talk. I think this is for your 16s, your 17-year-olds also as well, because some of them are in the working phase and stage.
But you know what? You're right about that. Because the cool thing about it is, you're able now, as time has moved, social media has been able to give people platforms of doing certain things.
Yeah, but some of them kids is working regular jobs like Wegmans and Tops, McDonald's,
Burger King,
and stuff like that.
Juniors, all those areas that we're gonna go all around for it, because it goes for different areas. So
that finance tips and stuff like that, they can utilize those things right now as well, because they're about to be right around the corner from getting into the real world as well after they graduate and stuff like that and be 18. They around the corner from being 18. So I feel like this is the perfect time for people between like 15 and 24. You know, we're a little bit older, but we trying to give y'all people. We're trying to
tell you guys what we have experienced, and tell you guys at this moment in time. Sometimes you might have to push a little bit harder.
Yep.
Game time.
Yep. You know what I mean? So just remember, start early. Start really early. Start getting ahead early. Don't fall behind. And the things that we telling you, we either learn from expertise, We wish these were things that we probably would have knew
Learn
earlier
from our
learned
mistakes.
earlier. You know, especially when we talk about the elders and the grandparents. There was a lot of situations that I felt over the years, and some things I stand on still. Some things I retract, but I do understand a little bit more now. Yes, people do not know, and that's why you got people like us right now that's trying to tell you so
you can help yourself
know
and benefit out of our trauma and our distress for you to better yourself to be the best you that you can be.
And turn the tides. Turn the tides, change the cycle, you know, continue to make everybody a growing better person, you know, and starting with yourself.
Absolutely.
You know,
I don't know if y'all pay attention, but those glasses is really fly.
This dude. I appreciate it. I gotta read, man. It's but you know, again, even that's something personal, but it's for me. These is personal growth. I came to realize the style of frames that fit me, even though I have pairs, but they're dimmer. But I needed something totally different, so I appreciate that. Thanks.
Absolutely, fam. That's what we do. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? When we see something, we say something. That's how we go.
Yeah, thank you.
What I want to just basically give everybody the information to is because we were just basically talking about bettering yourself and trying to boost not only who you are, your growth, financial, spiritual, whatever it may be. We just want to give people the information that you need to help yourself, to just basically pull yourself out of the mud, and especially for the youngins out there. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you may be feeling like you're going through a situation where you want to be homeowners, you want to grow, you want to have families, you want to do all these things. But the way that the world is right now, it's a little bit harder. And because of the financial aspect of it, I'm not going political parties, I'm not doing none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to basically go for what you may believe is the best vote for what you may see. You might want to help people, but in essence of you helping people, how does that affect everything that goes on with what you're dealing with?
True.
So I'll just leave it at that. I'm not gonna go to numbers because guess what? You know how you're living. If you enjoy, I love ramen. If you enjoy living off ramen, you know what I'm saying? Like you in college, you in the military, in the barracks, and you know what I'm saying? But you want a family, you want to live, you might want to start looking and digging in what is going on in your area that is making you go that route.
Yo, can we start thinking about healthy ramen? Like, can we start doing like some homemade ramen?
You can.
Like,
you can.
Without the
you don't have to put the season. Okay.
Pack.
Yo, you can do the hard pack. What I mean by hard pack, you can do noodles.
Yo, you know what I used to do?
But you don't have to do the seasonings. You can still do the noodles, but still throw your vegetables in there. You can still throw your own personal seasoning.
Or half a seasoning in it.
Or half a seasoning.
Yep.
You don't have to go hard with the seasoning all hard body and going through that. You can do healthy raw. Hey.
Do you know what I used to do? I used to do bouillon cubes.
Oh, bouillon cubes? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I think that's probably worse than the dang on season package.
Even if you
probably
don't
contain just as much salt.
It does. It may be heavy on the salt, but if you can still do your noodles. Do your noodles. You know what I'm saying? Add your own seasoning. Add your own veggies into that joint. Make your own. Make your own ramen pack.
I ain't never think about that.
It's safer. It may be safer. I don't. Yo, real talk. I don't like throwing my military lifestyle in there. You can throw your noodles in the joint, add your own veggies and all that, and add your own seasonings.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's simple. It's that simple. You don't gotta throw the heavy duty sodium pack up in that. You don't.
You gave me an idea to resurrect my dang on family channel. Thank you. I appreciate you.
That's what we do. Yep. Each one teach one.
Yep. You gave
G Money making the shot.
Yep.
Get at us. We appreciate you guys. We thank you. And we love you all. We just want to keep it light and keep it short because sometimes that's all it takes.
We wish you all a happy holidays, and we wish everybody to continue to stay blessed, continue to stay positive and grow as well.
Short, simple, and sweet.
Always and forever.